Hello and welcome to my first tutorial for Sony Vegas. My name is Dwinex Devot and I currently hold the rank of Video Artist Team Head. So hey, what should I do? I should help you guys get into Vegas. Vegas is an extremely useful tool and I want to use this tutorial just to help you get to know what it's like when you open it up and you first want to start editing a clip. So let's go. As you can see on the screen right now, I've got Sony Vegas Pro 8.0 open. That's one of the latest versions of Sony Vegas. And what I want to do is I want to start a new project. So I'm going to go on File, New Project. I don't want to save changes to my old one. It's pretty rubbish anyway. So this is the window that comes up when you open a new project. Before I go on, I will tell you that I am recording this straight off the bat, and if I get something wrong, you're going to hear it. So, yeah, that's going to be funny, isn't it? Anyway, let's have a look at this. You don't need to know much of this stuff, it's very simple stuff. There's a multitude of a lot of different ways of opening up the video. You can have a much bigger one, 1920 by 180. That's high definition as well, you have to have a very good computer to run that one. Or you can just use the simple, easy, makes sense, runs perfectly for YouTube, absolutely perfect, NTSC DV, etc. You can see it on your screen now. And I don't really need to go through the rest of settings because really you never use them. So we shall move on and we have our new project. Right, so what I'm going to do, I suppose we better go through some of the interesting stuff that comes up in Sony Vegas. We'll perhaps, I don't know, we'll start down here. Okay, so we hit OK, and here we go. We get a new composition, new project. I say composition because I've been using After Effects, and it's too complicated for words. Anyway, we have a nice screen here. Let's just go through what we've got. We've got a box here, as you can see my mouse going around, that has a lot of tabs. Of course, I'll be going through all those tabs later, so we'll wait for that. So one of the most important things in Vegas, we have here a volume key. If we turn it up and down, you'll get the volume going up and down. Let's put a 0 there, or around 0, that'll do. Here we have a preview screen that you will see more of later again, and here we have the timeline view. Easily the most important point, and the huge difference between Windows Movie Maker and Sony Vegas, and why Sony Vegas really beats the hell out of Movie Maker. But anyway, we will move on and have a look at this box here on what some of these tabs do. Media Manager. I bet loads of you are like, what the hell is Media Manager? What does it do? I've not got it installed, I don't know what it is, I've never used it, and I've created good enough videos. So we'll leave that alone for now. We'll move past Video FX and we'll come back to it later, and we'll go straight to Explorer. Here, you can have a look at every single file you've got on your computer, and this is where you can import files from your folders into your timeline. So, we will grab that one. How long is it? What's in it? I don't know. I'll do alright. Now, up here, we'll have the preview box, and you can see that we can see what's on the screen. So, say if I was to move this along, there on the preview screen, you have my video. This is a video I quickly took in COD4, and it came out pretty nice, and I used it in my intro. I think that was quite good. Anyway, let's move on. We will just see how this timeline works, how we can use the timeline and work out everything. I'm now going to scroll in and out with my middle mouse wheel, and you'll see that you can zoom in. There we go, and we've got the numbers here at the top to even help us here. We've got 1 minute there, oh sorry, not 1 minute, 1 second even. And you can easily edit your videos to that. And here we have our piece on the timeline. I am stretching it in and out just by grabbing this edge, stretching it in and out. And when I bring it to here, a little line comes up, makes it very easy for me to stop it right at the point I want. And there we go, we have it. But anyway, let's move on from this. Let's just have a little to look at the preview box, perhaps. You can see these settings up here. You can change your preview settings. Set it to quarter. It's not very good preview, but it'll render very, very fast. Other than that, you can save a snapshot. A great technique to put a still in your video. So you take the snapshot and then you import that snapshot into Vegas. I'm sure I'll cover that in some other tutorial. But moving on, let's come back to this box here. So we've gone through the Explorer. You can bring in loads of types of files. For example, a movie file, a music file. There we go, a music file. That's digital media converter. Oh gosh, that's what I've been using to convert it. Shh, don't tell anyone. Here we go, our song, and it will play. If I play that, I can hear it. You can't, unfortunately. But I can hear my music playing when I press the spacebar. I can get rid of that because it's a video track. I can move on up here. I'm going to just quickly go over the video effects. You have lots of effects here. Literally, I say I want to add in a film grain, a nice subtle one. Let's drag that onto my track to come up with a nice screen here. I heighten the amount, heighten the grainity. Gosh knows what that does. Chromaticity. Ooh. No, that'll do. And here we have it. We now have a slightly more grainy clip. Oh, that's not hugely more grainy. I was hoping for a better effect there. Let's go for extreme. Oh, there we go. That's more like it. I'm not going to play with colour. We'll move on. Anyway, we'll move on to transitions. For that, we need to get another piece of clip. Let's grab this one randomly. Oh, hello. That's a bit short, isn't it? Ah, it's crashed. That. These things at the bottom, they're sound recordings, but I can't record sound. So there's no point in using that. So I'll delete that straight away. I will delete that as well. I'll move that there. So at the moment, if I press the play button, you look at the preview box. It's pretty rubbish that, it just goes from one to the other. I don't want that, I want to transition it. So we go over to our transition thing. So we want to use a linear wipe. Literally just click that, drag it down onto there, press that little X in the corner, and here we go. We have a linear wipe. You can't tell much in there, but it does linear wipe. Because it obviously does lang a bit. Ah, that's why this comes into play. We'll quarter that down. There we go. That's a bad effect to use there, but hey, what can you do? And then here we have media generators. A lot of this stuff lags my computer out, and I find it useful. No, useless. My bad. Useless and tasteless and boring. The only good thing about it is this text, and using this default text. There we go. If I type in testing text, but there we go, we have some text in. And again, we can go to transitions, choose swap, and then there we go, we have a swap. Not a very good swap, but I think it's a swap all the same. So I have music playing, I've got a video going, and hey, I'm using Vegas. I'm using it well. And I think that's about it. I think we've pretty much covered some of the basic areas of Vegas and how you can start making a video like what you can see on the preview screen. I've got one final thing to go through, and that is how to render it. I'll go through render settings in another tutorial, just remind myself there. And if you go to File, Render As, and then it'll take a while to come up, and I'll come up with this. Especially, you want to go on this template piece, click on Custom. And then you can change what bitrate, what audio, what video, etc. you want. But as I say, we'll go down to a different tutorial. And hey, there you go. You started learning Vegas. We'll see your videos soon. Thank you.